Okay, if you were not in class today or you are in fourth block, it might help for you to watch this video. If not, then go ahead with your bad self. I don't care. All right, so Art King creates a painting on a rectangular canvas with a width that is 4 inches longer than the height. So, as shown in the diagram below, show all your work for it's supposed to be 4A through D. Write a polynomial expression in simplified form that represents the area of the canvas. Well, I know that area is going to be length times width. Okay, so if I want to represent the area of the canvas in simplified form, I do the length times the width, or the width times the length, h times h plus 4. But some people in class left it like that, and they will not be in simplified form. You need to distribute and get h squared plus 4h. All right. King adds a 3-inch wide frame around all the sides of the canvas. Write a polynomial expression in simplified form that represents the total area of the canvas and the frame. So he's adding a frame to go around the canvas. It's the same. It's the same 3 inches around. And I don't remember in third block, because in third block I was not. I don't know. I just don't remember, because fourth block's the last block. So I remember there was only one person that got this right in fourth block, and that was Lucy. So he's adding 3 inches going around on all sides. And a lot of people that got this close just added 3 once. But remember in my last video I told you that if you want to find the length of this entire side right here, this entire side is represented by these 2 3s. So this is really h plus 3 plus 3, which is 6. So it's h plus 6 times, and then this entire side right here is represented by this right there, which is h plus 3 and 3. Sorry, I just did the wrong side. Sorry, that's h plus 6. My bad. So, man, I'm not starting this video over. I'm tired. Sorry. Oh, I'm not tired. I'm happy. Yay! So this entire side is h plus 4 plus these 3 right here. So it's going to be h plus 4 plus the 2 set of 3s, which makes 6. So that's really h plus 10 times this entire side, which is h, and there's 3 and 3 here, which gives me h plus 6. Now, when you fold this out, you end up getting h squared plus 16h plus 60. And that's the correct answer. Okay? Do not forget about this side right here and this side right here. Y'all see the colors it make? And then this right here and this right here. Do not. So King is unhappy with the 3-inch frame, so he decides to put a frame with a different width around his canvas. The total area of the canvas in the new frame is given by the polynomial h squared plus 8h plus 12, where h represents the height of the frame. Determine the width of the new frame. So I just remember, because fourth block is last, Baron coming up and explaining this. And he said, well, he has a new frame. So let's see what the dimensions of the frame or dimensions of the area, the dimensions of the side that made this area. So we factor this, and this factors into h plus 6 times h plus 2. Well, the original frame was h and h plus 4. So in order to get to from h to h plus 2, you had to add 2, right? So that's that right there. And then if it's the same width around, that means h plus 4 was adding on another 2, and that's how we got h plus 6. But notice, if I'm adding 2 to this length right here of h plus 4 and 2 to this length right here, I'm going to erase the 3's going around. Let's just do that first. Erase the 3's going around. So if I'm adding 2 there and I'm adding 2 here, that means I'm adding it to both sides. I'm adding to that side and I'm adding to that side. So I'm really extending this by 1 and 1. So the new width is 1. Okay? Because I have to add 2 here, which means that this entire side, these girls are crazy. They need to go home somewhere. It's 1 and 1. And then this side right here, sorry, y'all don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like y'all, I'm videotaping. I'm not pressing anything down. It's 1 and 1. So really the width is really 2. Okay? Please don't forget you have 2 sides. So if I extended this by 2, that means I had to add 1 to each side. 1 over here and 1 right here. If I extend this side right here by 2, that means I had to add 1 over here and then 1 over here. All right, let's move on. I think hopefully y'all get the point. All right. This number is wrong. So hopefully y'all that are watching this video, it's supposed to be 725, the original area. So the area of the original painting is 725. What are the dimensions of the original rectangle? So if the area of the entire thing is 725, the dimensions of the regular rectangle was h times h plus 4 is giving me 725. And then we said that's h squared plus 4h is equal to 725. And then we use the zero product property by subtracting 725. I distributed, sorry. Subtracting 725 from both sides, we get h squared plus 4h minus 725 is equal to 0. And now we can use zero product property and factor this. This factored into h plus something and then h minus something because of this sign right here. And so we realize that it's going to be a positive 29 because this sign is greater, and a negative 25. And so h has to be 25 because this gives me a negative number. And so the dimensions will be 25 by 29. Wonderful. That is what we said. All right, keep it moving. A square rectangle have the same length. The square and a rectangle have the same length. The length of the rectangle is 5 inches more than twice the length of the side of the square. So the side of the square we don't know, so that has to be x. And since it's a square, the area of the square and the area of the rectangle have the same area. So the length of the rectangle is 5 more than 2 times the side of the square. 5 inches more than twice the length of the side of the square. So that's 2x plus 5. My computer is glitching. I don't know why. I really don't know why. And then the width of the rectangle is 6 less than the side of the square. So the width will be x minus 6. And so it asks us, what after you find x, relabel the, let's go back. Label the square and the rectangle on the left with the expressions. We did that, check. After you find x, relabel the dimensions of the square and the rectangle with its numeric answers. So over here are number answers. Okay, number answers. And so I had someone tell me, how would you build this equation? And say they said x times x, which is the area of the square, x squared is equal to the area of the rectangle, which is 2x plus 5 times x minus 6. And now we have to solve for x. And I left that up to everyone else to do. And so you can do that now. Come on, buddy. We're going too far. All right, so I left this for everyone else. And so I'm not doing the triangle problem, but I did do this uniform border problem. It says the uniform border is to be placed a uniform border is to be placed around an 8 by 10 inch picture. If the total area including the border must be 224 square inches, then how wide should the border be? So I am extending this by a dimension of x. So I know this is x, and I know that this is x. Let's blow this up just a little bit. Bring you over, buddy. All right, and I know that it has to have equal 224 inches. So a lot of people were great with this. They said, well, this side right here, this side would represent what? Your 8 plus your 2 x's. So they said that this side represents 2x plus 8. Oh, I do remember somebody, Chiche, did this in the last problem. I believe that was Chiche. And then this side, I think I had Muhammad or Sydney, somebody in third block, said that this is, because they missed it the first time, I think it was Sydney, 2x plus 10. Sydney, if it wasn't you, I'm not throwing shade. I'm really not. Not this time, Sydney. No sarcasm either. So now this entire area is equal to 224. So I have the length of 2x plus 8 times the width of 2x plus 10 equal to 224. And everybody else had to solve, so I'm not going through that. All right, and then the last problem, let's read it first, read it first, read it first. The last problem says the last problem we're going to do, the area of the picture frame including a 2-inch wide border is 99 square inches. The area of a picture frame including the 2-inch wide border is 99 square inches. If the width of the inner area is 2 inches more than its length, then find the dimensions of the inner area. So I think I gave a 2-point ticket to somebody that got this right because they wasn't raising it. No one else was raising their hand in the third block. If the width of the inner area is 2 inches more than the length, the width right here, let's blow this up for people to see. The width is 2 inches more than its length. So the width that we don't know of x, that's the length, the width is 2 inches more than its length. Okay, got that? Then find the dimensions of the inner area. Well, we know the entire thing is equal to 99 square inches. The entire thing is equal to 99 square inches. Well, we know this is x plus 2, and we should know by now that we have another 2 to add on here, another 2 to add on there. So we're really saying x plus 2 plus 4, which is going to give me x plus 6. And then we know that this is 2, and then this is 2. So we are extending this here and extending this here. So we're really saying x plus 4. Okay? And that's going to give me 99. All right? And then you solve this. Please don't be like Moment and you just guess and check. It's not going to get you any points. I'm going to guess you're going to miss all your points when I check your paper. So Neil, you're amazing. Let's say it again. Some people didn't get it. I'm going to guess you're going to miss all your points when I check your paper. All right, the last one I didn't go over anybody because that's going to be for you. That check is a little darker than my usual checks. I think I got my wrong color. All right, there we go, Mr. O'Neal. I'm happy because I'm done with making these videos for these wonderful students that I care so much about. I'm done. We out.